we are live. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Peter's joining me tonight.
Hello.
We're going to be doing some more Batman Gotham City Chronicles. Let us know if you can hear us and you can see us okay and it's all working fine. And yeah, welcome to another Batman Gotham City Chronicles playthrough. Big difference between the last time we played is this is not a sponsored video. We're doing this because both of us enjoy the game. And we were both free this evening, so we decided to play some more. It'll actually be quite interesting because it's been a few weeks since we played, and I'm curious to see how many of the rules I actually remember and how many we get wrong. I would recommend, if you are not watching this live, if you're watching this back afterwards, turn on your Klingon subtitles, because if we do make any mistakes, I will add some Klingon subtitles into the video. If you're watching this live and you spot us making any mistakes, please let us know. Right, we're going to be playing a new scenario tonight that neither of us has played before, and this is Deadly Riddles. You will notice, if you're looking carefully, that I haven't actually painted all of the miniatures for this scenario yet. So we have, if I just zoom out, there's the full board, we have these unpainted bystanders. So these represent bystanders that have been captured by the Riddler and being held hostage. So let's go through the mission briefing. Let's read this out. Master Bruce, the Bat computer, has deciphered the strange message that we received earlier today. It's as you suspected. The Riddler is up to his old tricks. 4 innocent citizens have fallen into his clutches and are now part of a deadly game. Each of them has been strapped with a deadly device, and only you can free them by solving his mad puzzles. I am sending you to the coordinates. As always, sir, be careful. Right, so the objective in this scenario is actually quite simple. Batman has to free all 4 of the hostages, and you've got 7 rounds to do that in. So in each round, the heroes are going to go first, or the hero is going to go first. Then it'll be the villain's turn, and then we'll go to the next round. And if by the end of your round 7 you haven't done it, then it's game over. The way that you do that is there's 2 ways that you can free a hostage. You can either be in the same area as one of these and do a complex thought of difficulty 4. Complex manipulation of difficulty 3. And if you're successful, then the miniature is removed from the board and you have freed them. The other way of removing the citizen miniatures from the board is by solving a puzzle. So there are 4 spaces on the board, 1, 2, 3, and 1 up there, where there is a riddle. And if you solve that riddle, I get to remove one of the citizen miniatures from the board, which is bad for me, but I choose which one. Other than that, other special rules are these hostages, by the way, these innocent bystanders, they are not allied to or enemies of either side. They don't exist. They've got no size indexes, no menace indexes. They can't be attacked, can't be wounded. They are just counters for you to free. And there are things that I can do at the computer as well. If we just zoom in over here, I'll show you this. So this is the Riddler, freshly painted miniature. And that is actually the wrong figure for the computer. I'm using the command post because it looks nicer. So yeah, it's actually, technically that is the wrong miniature. I shouldn't be using that one. The focus is not quite working, is it? It's having difficulty focusing. There you go. So we're using that miniature instead. So yeah, there's the Riddler in that room, and I can do stuff in there. Right. Should we make a start then?
Yeah.
You okay with your character?
I am.
Right. Round 1, hero's turn. You recover first, but you've got all of your energy cubes. So off you go. Take as many actions as you want to.
Right. Well, I did have a couple of minutes to look at this before we started. And so I pretty much got my first move, or the beginning of my first move, worked out. But that's pretty much as far as it goes, as far as planning is concerned. After that, I'm thinking on my feet. So Batman has got parkour of 2, which means that pretty much he can spring around the entire board without worrying too much about being slowed down by height changes. So he's going to spring onto the top of the lorry, which would normally cost you 2 extras.
Normally 2 extras.
But the parkour 2 brings it down to 0, so it's just 1 to go there, and then spring down into here. Okay, so that's your 2 free movement points. 2 free movement points.
I didn't mention, if you don't know how to play this, this is not specifically a tutorial video. I would recommend, if you do want to learn how to play, I have done another video on the channel which is very much a tutorial. Tonight we're just going to be doing a playthrough, but just to give you a quick idea of how it works, every time you move on the board, there are multiple factors that contribute to the move cost, and one of those is like elevation changes. And you can't see this because we don't have a 3D board, but the ground level is level 0, the cars are level 1, the trucks are level 2. So normally you would have to pay extra movement points to be climbing up here. But yeah, the Batman that we're using tonight has parkour 2, which means you can just do all of that at no cost, no extra cost.
Okay. Now, if in order to free the hostage, I've got to do a complex manipulation of difficulty 3.
Yes.
Now, am I hindered in doing that by the fact that there's a bad guy in there?
If you look at your player aid, you'll see that
Yep.
complex manipulations are affected by hindering modifiers,
Right.
which is the total enemy menace indexes, which is 1, minus the total allied menace indexes, not including yourself.
Which is going to be 0 for the whole game because there's just me.
My
Right.
audio sounds a bit soft. I think I'm using the right microphone. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just talking quieter, I think.
And I'm probably shouting a bit because from watching these playthroughs back, I've realised that I'm usually...
You're a bit quiet. And I'm probably quiet.
People don't usually say that about me, but for some reason on the playbacks it does come out that way.
Yeah. Okay, it's not a lorry, it's a truck. Thank you, Matt.
It's definitely a lorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going
in fact,
to...
it's a yellow lorry.
Yes.
Let's not start that one.
Red lorry... Okay. Okay, so thematically I think Batman should do what Batman does best, which is to punch
somebody.
a thug's lights out.
Are you going to use the... Because we talked before the start about...
I've got the claw.
Yeah, so Batman starts with 4 points of bat gadgets, and he's used those, 2 of those, to buy the claw, which has the attraction skill. Now, the advantage of that with this character, because this character has a combo skill, which means basically if there are multiple enemies in his area, then when he succeeds in one attack, he can get another...
That I don't do that.
Okay.
I'll just punch this guy, and
So you're... I mean, yeah, I shouldn't be giving tactical advice, but if you bring him in, you get a free attack on him.
Yeah.
It'd be a completely free attack. But it's up to you.
But if I didn't succeed with it, it would cost me... Okay, well, let's think about it.
Yeah.
It would be a complex manipulation, which
No,
I would...
automatic manipulation.
An automatic manipulation.
Yeah, so it would automatically work.
Put a cube in there, automatically succeed, bring him in,
Yeah.
and because I've got the 2 extra attacks, if I hit him, I then get 2 free attacks. Oh, go on then, let's do it.
Yeah.
You talk me into it. If I lose because of that, it'll be all your fault. Right. So let's do that then.
Now, those have both got... Well, so the Riddler's gang with the gun
Yes.
has got automatic defense of 2.
Right.
And the Riddler's gang without the gun, with the one with the bat on, has got an automatic defense of 1. So the armour of this thing is 1, the armour of this thing is 2. Okay. Which is a little unusual, because when you look at the miniatures, they look exactly the same. Batman did not start with any fatigue. No, not in this scenario.
No. Right, so I commit to attacking... I'm going to attack him and rely on the combo.
Yep.
I've got martial arts, which does an extra...
As long as you get 1 success, you're going to get an extra success.
And that applies to each and every attack I do. So that would also apply if I had a knock-on.
It would apply to the combo as well.
So 1 die gives me...
1 die is 1 orange with a reroll. And you've got brass knuckles, so you're going to get a white. So at the moment, that's all you're going to get.
And all I'm looking for is 1 success.
No, because it's got 2 automatic defences.
Oh, so I need 3.
So you need 3, but remember I could spend energy to re-roll.
Okay. So let's put 1 extra into that, so I get an extra orange.
That would be
die.
2 orange dice, both of which have a re-roll.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so first attack. How many can you spend on attack?
Maximum 5.
5. Wow. Okay.
I'm Batman. Okay, so that's 3 hits.
Well, you get 3 re-rolls on each of the orange dice.
Okay, let's do that one.
Okay,
4 hits, plus 1 for the martial arts is 5.
Yes. Do you want to do any paid re-rolls?
No.
Okay, so that's 5 hits. So that's 5 attack successes. I need to decide if I'm defending. And at this stage, I don't think I am. So you have neutralised this miniature, which means your combo skill kicks in.
So I get 2
You get
orange dice.
2 orange dice with the 1 for martial arts, but not the white dice from the brass knuckles.
Okay. And I'm looking for 2 successes to knock him out.
Yeah.
With rerolls.
With rerolls. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
That's a good start.
So now I do the complex manipulation.
Where's Batman gone? There's Batman. So not the Joker. The Joker's in a different mission. The Riddler is looking out of the window and maniacally cackling.
Well, he's just seen 2 of his guys go down.
Yeah.
He may have interrupted his cackle for just a moment. Okay, complex manipulation to release this hostage from her explosive, whatever it is she's been trapped into.
So it is a complex manipulation of difficulty 3.
And can you oppose that in any
Nope.
way?
Nope, nothing I can do about that.
So I'm looking for 3 successes.
Yeah.
And I can pay for rerolls.
You can. Okay, so that was the downside of doing the automatic manipulation, is that has put 1 cube in that area, which means you can now only put 2 in.
I'll put 2 in.
Yep. So you get 2 orange dice.
Two successes.
Not enough, unless you use your thing. So we are using 2 variant rules today. So the new rulebook that's coming out with Season 3 introduces a number of variant rules at the back of the rulebook where you can adjust the difficulty of the game to either suit the heroes or to make it harder for the heroes. Because this mission, according to people who've played it, is quite a difficult one for the heroes, we are playing with 2 variant rules that both help the hero player. And one of those is Peter has this extra success token. So once in the game, he can use that token as 1 extra success whenever he wants to. That is one of the variant rules we're using.
That's 1 extra.
It would be it would be 1 extra of those, which means you would succeed.
Well, let's do it. Otherwise,
not that. That's your stance marker.
Okay, well, let's not do that. Let's do that.
You're going to do it?
Yes,
okay.
I'm going to do it.
So
1
you
extra
used it.
Success.
1 extra success. That is a once per game thing.
It's better to use it in
done.
the first turn than to
Citizen
get to
has
the
been
end
freed.
Get to the end, lose, and then remember that you had it.
Yeah.
Right, so that's 1, and I think that's going to be the end of my turn.
You're going to finish there? Yeah.
I'm going to finish there. I'm going to hang on to my cubes.
Got plenty of cubes left in defence.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of the cubes that you've spent go to your fatigue area, your fatigue zone. And now it's my go. So I recover 3. I've only got 2. Right, here we go. So what do we want to do? Well, the cheapest ones are the thugs. The thugs are good at melee. Now, what were the things I could do? I could make these riddles more complex.
And Thug can do that in that space.
Yeah, he's not very good at it though.
What is it?
It's a complex
thought. Complex thought.
Yeah, let me just have a look. Where is it? Mission. Here we go. So,
complex thought difficulty 3.
Complex thought of difficulty 3, and I can change the token from simple side to elaborate side. Yeah, which makes it harder for you to solve. Not sure that's going to be that useful. Where's the other thug? The other thug's up there with that hostage. You probably want to leave that one there. So for those of you who don't know the game, on my turn I can basically activate 2 tiles, and the cost to activate them is shown above. So the closer they are to the start of the river, the cheaper it is going to be. So I'm looking first if I want to activate these, because if I do, it's only going to cost me 1 energy. Or I could activate the Riddler. I think I might activate the Riddler. Yeah, I think we're going to activate the Riddler. So I spend 2 energy cubes that go into here, and we activate the Riddler, we take the tile, we slide it to the end, and then I can do all sorts of stuff with the Riddler. So the first thing I can do is I can move if I want to. I don't want to move. I'm going to stay where I am, I think, because the Riddler is going to use the computer. There you go. So the Riddler is going to use his action to use that computer. And I've actually got 2 options with this. Let me just pull up the mission book again. So this is the checkmate action. If I'm in the same area as the computer, I can perform a complex thought of difficulty 4 or perform a complex thought of difficulty 8. I'm going to go with the complex thought of difficulty 4, for which the hacking skill can be used. Now, the good thing is, with the Riddler, he has the hacking skill of 2, and if I want to do complex thought, I can either roll 1 black and red dice, or I get 2 attempts at rolling 2 orange dice. So there's more chance of me succeeding, I think, if I roll 1, but potentially I could get to do it twice. So I'm going to do the 2 orange dice option. So it's a complex thought of difficulty 4, for which the hacking skill can be used, which means I get a +2. So all I need is 2 successes. And if this works, I can either activate 1 miniature of my choice, during which I can only perform the first movement step. So I can basically move one of the miniatures on the board, or I can spend 1 reinforcement point. And these two, this one cost 1 to bring back in. Right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and use the computer to do the checkmate action. I hope that made sense to everybody. As I say, we've not played this.
These spawn points.
Yeah, we've not played this scenario before, so this is new to me. So complex thought of difficulty 4, and I get a +2 because of my hacking skill. So that didn't work. I could pay for re-rolls, but I'm not going to. But I do get 2 attempts. Failed again. Well, that's not good. Now the Riddler hasn't moved, so if I really wanted to, I could move.
I think you need the IT help desk.
I think we do, yeah. No, I think that's it for the Riddler. Well, that wasn't a good turn, was it? Yeah. Right, okay. Who's going to activate next? Tell you what, I think I might activate... Oh, he's dead. Well, he's gone. I've only got 2... I'm just going to pull up the line of sight tool. There we go. We've got an overlay for a line of sight tool using the Batman Companion on the Monolith website. So if I'm here, which is where this one is, where is Batman? Batman is there. Do I have line of sight? I do have line of sight, and it's with elevation bonus. So this thug here can see Batman down there, and I get a bonus on attack. Where's the other one? The other one is currently here, but he could quite easily move to here. No, he doesn't have parkour. So he would actually have to spend a movement point. It would cost him 3 movement points to get onto there. Don't know whether that's worth it or not. I mean, it does give me elevation bonus, which is quite nice. So they're the ones I'm thinking of activating. The other option is that I activate the drones, because we've got the drones in 3 positions around the board. Now, do they all have line of sight on you? So the drone here does have line of sight on you. That can see you. The drone that's there does have line of sight on you, and the drone that's there also has line of sight on you. So in fact, all 3 of my drones have line of sight on you, and they would all have elevation bonus, but their attack is not as good. I think we're going to activate Riddler's Gang. So we're going to spend Riddler's Gang with handgun. 2 cubes to activate the Riddler's Gang. And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this one, and he's not going to move, and he's just going to shoot you from up here. So when I attack, I get 2 orange dice and +1 yellow because of the elevation bonus. These guys, by the way, they've got retaliation, just so you know. So if you do shoot them, they get a free attack back.
Okay.
I think that's retaliation. Let me just have a look at the skills reference sheet.
Range retaliate.
Yeah. Where is it?
Is that what the...
I think that's the bullets going backwards and forwards.
It's a strength of 2.
Ranged attacks, burst... Yeah, retaliation. So if you were to attack these, if you didn't kill them, they get an attack back with 2 yellow dice.
So only a ranged attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so we're trying to shoot you from here down to there. 2 orange dice, plus the elevation bonus.
Do you want to start again?
I think we might. As I say, we've made the game easier for the heroes by switching the dice out for ones that don't work properly. Now the other one is here.
You can't see over.
He can't see you from where he is. Let's just have a look here.
How much movement has he got?
2.
Can he climb onto the lorry?
I could, but I'd have to spend a cube to move. I could just go 1, 2 and shoot you from there, but I don't get the elevation bonus. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to climb up to there. So that costs 1 plus 2. So it costs me 3 movement points. I've only got 2 free movement points, so I have to spend 1 to move. So I'm going to spend 1 to move, and then we're going to attack. And again, it's 2 orange and a yellow. Well, it's 2. It's something. Now, Batman gets 1 yellow dice in defence for free. Do you want to spend any cubes in defence?
If I don't spend them in defence, I'm just going to lose 1 cube, aren't I?
Yeah.
So no.
Okay.
I'll just run the risk. And I'm okay. Yeah, well, I'm Batman.
Well, there we go. Right. That's it.
I think with kapow or smack or something
Round
like
2.
Right.
Oh,
so
that goes to there. No, that goes to there at the end of... At the start of my turn. Yeah.
Right, this is especially for Matt. I've just noticed that lorry has a puncture, so I'm going to carefully walk along the pavement to get past it. I get 4 cubes back.
You do? So that's the other variant rule we're using, is the recovery value is treated as 1 higher. So Batman's normal recovery value is 3, but we're doing it for 4.
Okay. So let's go 1. Now that would normally cost an extra 2, but I've got parkour 2, so whoosh.
Straight up to there.
Straight up to there. It's 1, 2.
So that's your free movement points spent.
Options. Now I can fling something at I could actually have a go at the Riddler, which is very tempting, just to put him off his stride.
Because you've brought some perforating batarangs with you.
I have got perforating batarangs. I could have a 1 shot at upsetting the Riddler and distracting him even further from his success on the computer. That might be fun.
Or you've still got your claw if you need to use the claw.
I've got my claw. I could drag him in to where I am now.
Yeah.
Can I do that any number of times? It says infinite.
I think so. It's an automatic manipulation, so it costs you a cube every time you use it.
And I'm only allowed to have 3 in that space. So maximum 3.
So let's have a look what's going on here. So so Batman has climbed up the ladder and he's now there.
And we need the sound effects really for this. Okay. So, can I punch the lights out of that thing?
I believe so. Now, it has flight, but I think that just affects its movement. So, and it's got 0 automatic defences, even though it's probably made out of metal.
Sort of where you use a rolled up newspaper or something.
I think so, yeah.
So here's the options. I can hit that. I can fling a perforated batarang at the Riddler. I could use my claw to pull him in,
you could
to pull them into here.
You could just move in there.
I could just move in there.
The other thing about the drones is they have 0 size index and 0 menace index.
Okay, so I can move in.
They have no hindering modifiers whatsoever.
But my primary focus, my primary objective in this game, is to release the passers-by.
Yeah.
So I will make a rude hand signal at the Riddler as I go past.
Okay, you're going to go into the room.
I will go into there, which will cost me a movement.
So that will cost you 1 movement cube for moving in. Yep.
And then I will punch him.
He's got 1 automatic defense success.
So I get an automatic reroll. I'm looking for 2 successes.
You got 1 for martial arts, assuming you hit.
And you can add defense if you choose to.
I'm
going to put 2 in.
Yep. So you get 2 orange and a white.
For my brass knuckles.
Yep.
That's 3 successes.
Well, you get a reroll of an orange.
Reroll of an orange. And it's still, you've spoiled. What have you done to those dice?
Are you happy with the 3?
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to defend that one because it's not going to trigger a combo.
Smack.
So, yeah,
Kapow.
we'll remove that.
Zoom. And now I will do a complex manipulation. I will put 2 cubes in there.
Okay.
and roll 2 orange dice.
It's difficulty 3, isn't it?
Difficulty 3, and I've got re-rolls if I need them. Oh. I'll spend a cube on a re-roll.
Okay.
Come on. Unfailing bat powers.
4 and 6.
Nope.
Now, paid re-rolls, you can keep going.
Oh. I shouldn't be doing this.
I would have done.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, success.
Another citizen has been freed. You're missing a cube.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more for any more?
No, I need to stop
Right,
at that
okay.
point
That's the end of
before
your
I
round two.
completely...
So your
Why is he wearing
cubes-
pink gloves?
There's a reason why he's wearing pink gloves. If anybody in the chat knows why he's wearing pink gloves, I've been told, but I've forgotten.
Is he just to be doing the washing up?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to move all of your cubes to your fatigue zone?
Yep.
And then it's my go. So I recover 3. That should go there at the start of my turn. And we've got different things down here now. So I'm tempted, although you're now hiding in that room. So it's actually quite difficult for me to shoot you. So the only thing that has line of sight in that room is directly outside of the room. So I think I might have to move in with the brute with the chains, which is going to cost me quite a bit to activate. But I think I need to. It's not going well. You've already rescued 2 of the hostages. So yeah, it's going to cost me 4 energy, but I'm going to spend 4 energy and activate the brutes with chains. And the first one is they've actually got 3 movement points, but we're going to move from there to there and then from there to there, and then we're going to have an attack. So I get 2 white and a yellow. They've actually got springy boots as well, so they've got parkour 1. Should I need it? Wow, really not good dice for me tonight, is it? I got 1 success. I'm not going to do any re-rolls.
So I get a...
You get your yellow in defence.
In defence.
Right, okay. So that's that one done. I'm then going to use this one. Let me just check the map. So yeah, moving from here to here. Oh, you can't. This is an obstacle.
That's just blocked.
So you can't walk on that. So I'm currently here. So I think I'm just going to go 1, 2. That'll do. He's going to stay there. And this one is going to go... See, I could be making these riddles tougher. No, in fact, no, hang on. He's moved 2. I am going to spend a movement point to move him extra. So I'm going to spend... Oh, and he's got 3 movement, hasn't he? Yeah, but to get from there to there would be 1, plus 2 for the climb, minus 1 for his parkour skill. So it costs 2 moves for him to get to there. He's only got 1 move left. So I will spend a cube to move him to there. Now the question is, do I also want to move him in? I think I do. I'm going to spend another movement. Oh, in fact, what am I doing? I need to put them there. Spend another movement to move him in here. One of these hits is bound to connect. He says.
You think?
Maybe. Oh.
Come on, Paul.
It's these white dice. These white dice are the bane of my life. Oh, seriously? Wow.
Are you sure you don't want me to do the villains again?
Yeah, I think so. And then this one's going to go 1, 2. And that's it. That's the brutes activated. Now I do only have 1 cube left here. I could activate the thugs if I wanted to, but actually I'm not going to. So I'm going to choose not to activate a second tile. And I'm just going to move those. No, they stay there for now. Right. You'll go. Round 3.
So if I was going to move out of there...
Yeah, so this is the problem. The hindering modifier is 2.
So it would cost me 2...
It would cost you plus 2 movement points to move out unless you had the elusive skill, which you don't.
So I start off by getting 4...
Yeah, 4 back.
4 cubes back.
Because of some stupid variant rule that I decided to use.
Normally it's 2, but Batman gets
No,
an
it's
extra
3.
Normally Batman gets 3.
Yeah.
Most heroes only get 2, don't
yeah.
but Batman gets 3, and because of this variant rule that you've decided
you
want to make it easier for me.
Yep.
Okay, so
how is the sound levels, by the way? Now is it okay between me and Peter? Let me know, because I did twiddle with them a little bit.
So I can choose between. Now I'm a little bit down on cubes. So do I want to do something dynamic that's going to have me flying around the board with only 5 cubes, or now if I attack him, because I've got this combo, I've got combo 2 because of the
brass knuckles.
Because of the brass knuckles.
Yep.
So combo 2 means I can, if I attack one, I can attack.
If you neutralise one of them, you get a free attack on the other one.
2 free attacks, or 1 free attack.
One attack with 2 orange dice.
2 cubes. Let's just do that.
Okay.
Those thugs need putting in their place, I think. So let's just do that. I will attack the first one. They've only got 1 hit point.
They've got 2
hit points.
They've got 2 automatic defence.
Let's put 2 in there then.
Okay, so 2 orange and a white.
2 orange and a white. Okay.
With 1 from martial arts, as long as you get a success.
So that's 6 hits.
Do you want to re-roll any of those?
No.
Okay, so 6 hits. I'm not going to defend. So one of them's gone, and you get a combo on the other one. 2 orange.
Oh.
Aha! But you get free re-rolls on both of them.
Both of them. That's better. 3.
Okay, so I am going to defend. I don't know why, because I'm probably not going to succeed, but we'll see. We'll see. Yep.
So
finally.
One success.
And he's got 2 automatic.
Which means that his
wounds.
Body armour soaks it up.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Batman is still in there with 1 of them.
So he could move out.
You could move out, you could have another attack, do all sorts.
Yeah. Another attack. It's an interesting idea, another attack. Because moving out is going to cost me a cube. So I might as well just have another attack.
Okay. Yeah, another 2 cubes. 2 orange and a white. Was that 2 cubes or 1?
No, just 1.
Just 1, okay.
So 1 cube. No, 2 cubes. 2 orange and a white.
2 orange and a white, and the martial arts.
And you've got no...
I got no defence, so if this works, as long as you get 3 successes.
Yes.
There you go. Brute with chains have been removed from the board. Right, still your go. You've got 1 cube left. Done.
That's it. End of.
Right. Okay. The stream has stopped, apparently. No, I think it's okay. Monica's saying it stopped. Could be the weather. That's what we're blaming at the moment for everything. Right, so all of your cubes go to your fatigue zone. Then at the start of my turn, my cubes go to the fatigue zone and I get 3 back. That's the problem. I only get 3 cubes a turn. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? How many thugs have I got on the board? 2. And they're not in great positions. That is the problem, isn't it? Now, those thugs could potentially...
upgrade the riddles?
Yeah. I think that might be what I do. I could spend 3 cubes on activating the drones. But what's their movement? Oh, they've got 5 movement. So actually they can get quite a lot of places. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have all of the drones out here and have 3 attacks on you through the window. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend all 3 cubes and I'm going to activate the drones. So the drones have 5 movement points and they fly, which basically means they ignore pretty much. I've never used anything with flight before, so I'm just going to triple check the rules. Flight says, when a miniature with this trait moves, they ignore hindering and difficult terrain as well as any additional cost and effects of jumps, climbs and drops. Okay, so from here to here would be a level 5 climb, but I ignore that. I just go 1, 2, 3, and then that's going to shoot you through the doorway. And then that one stays where it is and shoots you through the doorway. And then this one can come 1, 2, 3 and shoot you through the doorway. So I think that's what's going to happen. They're not that good in attack. They've only got 1 white and 1 yellow dice. But we'll see. So the first drone shooting you through the doorway. Wow. Cool. Finally.
All of his luck's come at once.
Finally, we got us a good result.
So I get 1 yellow.
You get 1 yellow in defence, and you can spend more cubes to defend yourself if you want to. Right, you've only got 1 cube, but you could spend it if you wanted to.
I'll keep it in reserve, I think.
Okay.
For now. Okay, so 1 yellow cube in defence. Here we go. Nothing.
Do we have to remove the chains from the river? No, there is still a brute with chains here.
So I didn't get a success. I don't re-roll those, do I? Unless I pay the cube to re-roll it. So
correct.
No, 4 damage.
4 damage. Wow.
Smack.
Tides have turned.
Kapow. Zing.
That's only the first one. The second one doesn't move.
For your weakest, least effective.
Yeah. 3.
Whoa.
Suddenly.
Whoa. What's going on?
Suddenly the tide has turned.
Oh.
3 more wounds.
No.
Right. Now that one could move, but I'm not going to move it. And then this one goes flap, flap, flap. 1, 2, 3.
That's more like it. This is what we're used to.
Right. Okay. That's it. That is my go done. So we go to round 4. Ooh. Now you could rest. If you rested, you'd get 7 cubes back, but you wouldn't.
Ordinarily, I would get
normally 6, but you'd get 7 because of the variant rule.
So if I don't rest,
you're going to get 4 back.
I get 4 back, but one of them will go from there to there,
and then 2 will go from there to there. Yeah, it's not great. Suddenly it's got very, very hard.
Batman's run out of steam. Okay, I think we'll rest. So I flip that over to.
I think it was on the resting side.
Side. So resting side.
Yep. So you get 7 cubes back. So the first one goes from there to there, and then you move 5 from there to there. Okay. But you can't do anything on your turn other than like free actions and stuff like that, which there aren't any.
I'll just sit in that chair and read the newspaper.
So Batman's had a sit down there. Right. My turn number 4. I get 3 cubes.
We're already halfway through the game.
Yeah. It's not a long game, this, is it? Once you get used to it. Now, here's the thing. I can't take advantage of the situation now because my drones are going to cost me 7 to activate again. So, although I've got 3 cubes, I'm limited with what I can do. I could activate the event warning tile, but all that does is it brings 2 reinforcement points in, which is going to be 2 goons over here. I don't think that's going to cut it. I don't really want to attack these because they're not in a position to be able to do anything. I'm tempted to activate the thugs and make those... Yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm going to spend 1 cube. I'm going to activate the thugs. Okay, so thug number 1 is going to move to here, and we are going to tempt the thing. We are going to attempt the mission special rule of setting an elaborate riddle. So a villain miniature in the same area as a simple riddle can try and increase its complexity by doing a complex thought of difficulty 3. Okay. They have a yellow and a white, and the white gets a reroll. So I need to get a 3. Didn't get a 3. Still didn't get a 3. This one is not going to move, and it's going to try and do the same. Now, there's no point re-rolling because... Okay. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to keep those 2 cubes there, and we're going to move to round 5.
Okay, 4 cubes come back, and I'm going to wave to the drones as I go past, because they don't have any...
They have no size index.
1, 2.
There's your free movement.
And then I will...
Oh, the Riddler's there.
Punch the Riddler in the face with my brass.
What has he ever done to you?
Well, quite a lot, actually. This is payback. I'm going to hit him with 3 dice, 3 yellows and a white.
Yeah, because he has 4 health and 2 automatic defence.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily expecting to put him down in one. Although if I did want to, I could put another cube in.
You could put 5 in.
Let's put another cube in, just to make it spicy.
No, it's orange.
Oh, it's orange.
Yeah. So 4 orange dice, plus the white for the brass knuckles.
And re-rolls.
And re-rolls on all of the orange dice.
Right.
And your martial arts. That's pretty good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits.
7 hits. Now, the Riddler has 2 automatic defence and 4 life points. So that would neutralise the Riddler at this stage. Is that a problem for me? I'm not sure. Riddler does have a skill called Protected One, so if I did leave somebody in there with him, you wouldn't have been able to attack him.
Okay.
But I didn't, so you can. How many? You got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now my defence have to be spent. I have to decide how many cubes I'm spending, don't I? Same as you. Oh, but if I spend 2, then I can't do what I wanted to on my turn. I still can't anyway, I don't think. Is it a problem if the Riddler gets neutralised? I'll tell you what I could have done. I could have demobilised. Don't think we've ever done that before. Yeah.
What, the thugs?
Actually remove a tile. Yeah, but yeah,
Brutes,
I could have demobilised them if I wanted to and removed the tile, and that would have cost me 2 of those cubes and they would have gone out of the river. Can only do that once per game. Oh, I don't know what to do. Do I just accept the fact that the Riddler's gone? What can you do in there? You could solve that riddle. There's a riddle in there, isn't there? Which you could solve. And probably not this turn, but you could next turn. But then how would you get the last one? That's going to be tricky. What would you do? You normally play the villain. You normally defend quite a lot, don't you?
I think I would defend it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm leaning towards. So I'm going to defend.
Although I wouldn't necessarily say that was the best thing to do, but that's probably what I would do.
2 orange dice. See what we get. I got 3. So you got 7. I got 3. Plus my 2 is 5. I take 2 life points of damage.
Yep. And he's still hanging in there, but you're out of cubes.
I am out of cubes. Yeah, I have no cubes.
And I can hit him again.
You would only be able to hit him with 1 cube because your limit is 5.
You've
used
to do
4.
4 damage to knock him out.
Tricky,
So
isn't it?
I could knock him out if I rolled a 2. Oh, I got a white.
You've got a white,
I
and
need
you've
to
got
get-
plus 1 for martial arts.
so I
You'd
need
have
to
to be
get-
lucky.
I need to get 2 successes.
Yeah, there's probably about a 1 in 3 chance.
Total of 4 successes.
Yeah.
Total of 4 successes, but I need to get 3 on the dice because I'm going to get 3. I'm going to get a martial arts.
So it's down to the white dice. If you get a 2 on the white dice,
I've got a 1 in 3.
yeah, it's probably a 1 in 3 chance.
Well, I think this is probably my only chance because otherwise, if I'm going to have a go at putting the Riddler down, you're going to bring guys in there.
Well,
which means that I have to hit them first.
If you look at what I can activate on my next turn, it's not much.
That's true. I'm going to do it. Let's put
Okay.
a cube in there.
Here we go.
Okay, riddle me this. Why are you hitting me? Says Monica. Come on. Come on, dice. Yes! Oh, yes.
You got the 4. I can't defend myself. Right, Riddler is neutralised. So it goes to the end of the river, slides down, life point counter is removed, figure is removed from the board. There we go.
You spent all that time painting it.
I know. I spent ages painting that one.
They're great figures. They're such great. I love this game because the characters they're so bright, they're colourful, interesting, and it's got so much kind of background.
Yeah. You got 1 cube left. Do you want to do anything, or do you want to stay there? Save the cube.
To solve the riddle is a complex thought.
Complex thought of difficulty 4. For which the investigation skill can be used, and you did bring the portable forensic scanner with you.
I just happen to have in my back pocket a portable computer, which gives me an extra.
And yeah, you got investigation 1, so you get it's complex thought of difficulty 4, but you get a +1, which means you need 3 successes. Yeah, so there's a 1 in 6 chance of doing it, I think.
Yeah, that's probably not going to cut it, is it? So no, let's just sit
turn
back
there?
and leave it there.
Okay, so my round 6, I get 3 cubes back. Now, at this point, yeah, I mean, I need to wait for you to come out, because where I am at the moment, and I don't think I want to spend my cubes on this. I'll tell you what, I could move these. They've got parkour 1. So... And I got 2 of them. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 1 energy cube to activate Riddler's Gang with Baton. There we go. I'll activate this one first. It's got 2 movement points and parkour 1. So we're just going to move it. I think I'm just going to move it there. I'm just going to move it 1. I'm going to provide a bit of a roadblock for you getting to these 2 areas. Because I don't want to go in there, because then your combo skill will work. Although you do have a track, you do have the claw, but you have the spend to use it. And this one, who's up here, because he's got parkour 1, I can go down there. Normally costing 3, but that only costs 2. And that's it. And I'm not going to do a second activation.
Okay.
Have I missed something? Have I moved it on too many times? I think I might have done.
1, 2.
Yeah, let's count how many turns you've had. You've rested 1 turn.
3, 4. I've had 4 turns.
So your first turn was here.
1.
And then
2.
your second turn was in there. Was your
Then
third turn resting?
He sat and read the newspaper.
Was that on the third turn?
That was the third turn, was resting.
Right, okay.
And then the 4th turn was to move in there.
Well, I've definitely only moved it on 1 too many. Yeah. We're just going to have to rewind, unless anybody remembers where we are. So that was 1, that was 2, that was 3, that was 4. So on round 5, I've got you in there on round 5.
Yeah.
So I think I moved it on instead of just flipping it over. So I think it's now round 6.
Because I looked at it and I thought, whoa, I've got 1 turn left.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure you had 2.
Okay.
So it's now round 6. So you've got this round and you've got next round.
Should I have moved those down at the end of my turn?
You should have moved them down at the end of your turn and also at the start of your turn. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you got 2 turns left.
Okay. Right, well, I think the first thing to do is to have a crack at this riddle.
Well, active or rest. So I guess active.
So
you get 4 cubes back.
A number of suggested riddles coming through the stream.
Yep. Mostly related, I think, to the differences between American and English language.
Which is enough of a riddle for some of us.
Yeah.
Right, so if I put 2 cubes in there...
You're going to get 2 red dice.
I'm going to get 2 red dice.
Yeah.
And what does the forensic scanner give?
It just gives you +1.
+1.
So it's a bit like the martial arts.
Martial arts.
And you need 4.
So I need 4 successes. That's 3. Oh, that's challenging.
What's the distribution on the red dice?
I've got rerolls. Oops. This does feel a little bit...
It's 2 1s and a blank.
I wouldn't normally go to the 6 levels of analysis on a game. glance at them, grab them. I think I'm going to put
third cube.
Yeah, 3 cubes. Let's do it. And so what's black, white, and green at the press of a button? No.
Oh,
7.
there we go. 7 successes. So you've solved that riddle, which means it's removed from the board, and I remove one of the citizens of my choice.
So the one that's nearest. Take your pick.
I think they're both quite hard to get to from where you are, so I'm going to remove this one. So you have freed 3 of the citizens. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
No, I guess.
Now you've got your 2 free movement points.
And you've got your Shooty McShoot coming up soon.
Yep.
And a single brute.
Yep.
And also you're going to be able to
I could potentially reinforce, but
they're going to be too far away to make any difference in the very short period of time that we've got left. So I think it makes sense to use my 2 free movement.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will. I'll go there to there.
Yep. So again, no hindering index for the drones, and parkour to avoid the climb cost.
It's tempting to stop and punch a few drones because I get the combination effect, but that's not what the game is about. The game is about rescuing hostages. Mm-hmm. There's one left.
There is one hostage left up here.
Who thought she was just having a quiet trip to the shops and found herself chained into an explosive harness. So I've got 2 cubes left. What can I do? So moving to there is going to cost me 1 cube because of him.
2.
2 cubes.
2 movement points to move from there to there.
Oh, of course, because 1 to
one
move
normally
and 1 for the hindrance.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's just use this claw. So I'm going to have a
automatic manipulation. Bring that in. Yeah.
And then I'm going to punch him.
Okay.
Orange and a white.
Orange and a white. You get a re-roll on the orange.
I'm going to punch him.
He's got 1 armour. Yeah, because your combo attack is actually better than...
The only reason I'm punching him is that, I mean, if it was possible in this game to have a polite conversation and say, excuse me, would you mind moving out of the way? The only reason I'm doing it is because it costs me exactly the same amount of cubes to hit him as it does to walk past him.
Yeah.
Oh, I get a re-roll.
So re-roll on the orange.
2, so that's 3 hits, which
3 hits
would be enough.
It would be enough to kill it, and you'd then get the combo attack.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you've only got 2 cubes. You're going to use them.
Suddenly, it's got interesting again, because if you get rid of these 2, the way is then clear for you to do some shenanigans in there, and I can't do anything about that. How many cubes you got left? None.
All or nothing.
So you're what? 3 successes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna use 2 in defence.
Okay. So you saved him, which means I don't get the combo.
Which means you don't get the combo. So he's still alive, and you don't get the combo.
Yeah.
Right.
Now do I recover my...
Yep. You move all your cubes back.
They go into here.
It's my turn 6. This is my last turn. I get 3 cubes. I am going to activate...
Is it your last turn?
Yeah. Because if you haven't won by there's no point in me taking my turn.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 2 cubes to activate the Riddler's Gang.
So the shooty ones.
I'm going to use this one first. And it is 2 orange dice plus a yellow for the elevation. 5 damage.
Oh, suddenly.
He's learned how to shoot.
He's remembered which way around the gun goes. Oh, nothing.
So 5 wounds.
Oh dear, that's hurting.
And then the other one doesn't bother moving. He stays where he is. 2.
Oh, this is hurting a lot. I take another wound.
Right, so we move to the final round of the game, and Batman has got one cube. Yeah, so I don't think you can do this. Because even if you recover 4, you only get 1, and then 3 go into your fatigue zone. Which means you've got 1 cube to do something with this round, which is not enough.
No.
Close though, because you could have got here.
Yes, that. I had my eyes on that.
Yeah.
In fact, if I hadn't
pulled him in and just run here, you might have done it.
Because that would have cost me 3.
Yeah, there is a riddle in the back of the truck. But it was a good idea, I think, pulling it in. If you'd have got rid of those 2, then you would have had a clear run to here.
I would have gone, if you hadn't shot me for so much damage.
Yeah.
If I'd had a couple more cubes, it would have been tight. But I could have
gone here and done that.
I would have just been able to move 1, 2.
Yeah.
And then I probably would have got 2 cubes.
And that probably would have done it.
And
yeah,
it would have been close.
Yeah.
So, what time is it? 9
there you go.
o'clock.
I don't know. It's taken us about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there you go. That is a quick 2-player game. I don't think we made any rules mistakes. We'll find out later when some of the rules experts watch the video and say, oh, you were getting it completely wrong. But I don't think we did. I think it's a fairly quick scenario.
Yeah.
And as Paul said earlier on in the chat, in 1 versus 1 mode, certainly with 1 hero, this game flies through. You can play this game in an hour. Definitely.
Although you miss out on that interaction.
The interaction between the heroes is excellent.
If you go there and I go there and then you hit him for this and I come up round the back kind of stuff, you miss out on that.
Yeah, I would always want to play this game with more than 1 hero because of that interaction. It's nice though that there are some missions with only 1 hero, but yeah, you do miss out on the way that the heroes can sort of work together.
I think this game is at its best when it's fast and fun.
Yep.
Because it's perfect. It's comic book, cartoon, adventure, and it just works.
Yeah. But the biggest issue with the game is the learning curve.
Yeah.
Because it isn't a simple game, it isn't a light game, but once you've been through that learning curve, you can play the game in an hour and enjoy it.
So if you persevere and don't bounce off it, there's a lot to be discovered.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But there you go. We are all done. Thank you very much to everybody for watching, and hello if you're watching this back afterwards. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it and you found it useful. And as I mentioned at the start, this isn't a sponsored video in any way. So a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. It's actually taken me 2 hours today to set up the game, set the studio and set the cameras up for a 1-hour game. And yeah, if you're wondering where the Patreon money goes, it basically enables me to take time off my paid work in order to set the game up so that we can then play it in an evening. But yeah, that's it. Just a quick 2-player game of Batman Gotham City Chronicles. Thank you very much for watching. This is my last live stream this week. I'm off to a UK convention on Friday, so there won't be any more live streams for me until next week. But then I will be back next week with some more stuff. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Speak to you all later. Bye bye.